Well, hello. I hope you are doing well and welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to our Maserati F1 Manager Series. Hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a good weekend and a good early start to the week and enjoyed the Formula One, of course, at the weekend. Not too good for me being a McLaren fan. Yeah, that was a bit up and down and certainly down to end with a double disqualification, bringing Max Verstappen right into play. So, going to be a very tense last couple of races. I still fancy Lando Norris to clinch the championship, but who knows? It's going to be very interesting indeed. But as I say, we are continuing our Maserati F1 Manager Series here today, and we are in Max's homeland. We're in Zandvoort. And qualifying was a bit strange. We had good pacing Q1, Q2, completely dropped off in Q3. So Kimi Antonelli is going to start P3. Charles Leclerc starts P6, so a lot of work to do. Max leads this championship, but Antonelli and Leclerc both trying to chase him down. So hopefully we can have a good race pace and take the fight to Max and try and win this race in his backyard. That is, of course, the plan. In terms of strategy, Antonelli starts on the soft, going medium, and then finishing on the soft, so it's a two-stop for him. It's a two-stop for Charles Leclerc, but he's going soft, mediums, because he had two sets of mediums, so trying something a little bit different with Charles Leclerc. But let's see how we go then as we get this Dutch Grand Prix underway.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. Could this be a big
Finley,
race
hello
for
buddy,
that
how's it going? Hope you're doing well.
Albon?
An encouraging grid position as they sit in P8.
Right, here we go then. Let's get this one underway.
And the crowds are waiting.
And it's Ollie Behrman on pole somehow today in a Williams. Don't know how that happened as well. Max Verstappen's going to start P2 and Kimi Antonelli P3. And what kind of start can we get as we get underway here? And not great, because George Russell in the Ferrari has just swept past us, but actually a bit of sweeping himself from Kimi Antonelli to reclaim that position and back into P3. So, as we were as the start then, Behrman gets away from pole, stays first, Max Verstappen P2, and Kimi Antonelli P3, and all over the gearbox of Max Verstappen early on here. But no chance of a move there. Everyone, girlie, is this game hard? It's not too bad. Once you get to grips with it, I wouldn't say it is hard. To begin with, it might seem a little bit, but once you get up to speed, I would say no. Pardon the pun. Thank you, I'm good. Yes, good to hear, Finley. I'm very well, thank you. And thanks for the gifts. Much appreciated, buddy. And Soren, hello there, buddy. How's it going?
Right.
Yes, Behrman has put it on pole here. I don't know how it's happened, but it was on pure pace, unless he got a toe that we didn't see. Antonelli up the inside of Max Verstappen in front of his home crowd. Max Verstappen has been bumped back down to P1. So back down, he's bumped down to P3.
Yes, let's go.
As Behrman sets the fastest lap of this race and has got a 2-second lead. Ollie Behrman absolutely flying. All right, Leclerc, he's going to be aggressive, isn't he? Leclerc is up to P5. We missed that somewhere. No, we haven't. We're going to get a replay of it right now. So Charles Leclerc on Théo Pourchaire, another odd one in the top 5 early on here. He qualified in the top 5. He's now P6, is Théo.
Oh.
And Charles Leclerc into P5. Kimi Antonelli into P2. This is F1 Manager 24. I probably need to concentrate on Antonelli and Verstappen. Behrman flying. Let's have a look at tyres. We haven't even had a chance to look at tyres. Behrman, he can't be using them much more than us unless his tyre preservation is absolutely awful. But he's down to 85%, so maybe that was a scrub set of softs that he started the race on. But the top 5 all on softs. Pourchaire on the mediums. Mainly softs. So it's only Théo Pourchaire, Perez and Tsunoda on the mediums as Max Verstappen is going to reclaim P2 then. But we do have DRS enabled, and that's going to help Kimi Antonelli out. Coming off the banking here, DRS open.
Try to recover your previous read, that was looking fine.
And we should be able to reclaim this on Max. Max goes defensive to the inside, he won't move again now. And Kimi Antonelli will be coming past then, back into P2. Is Charles Leclerc around the outside of George Russell? He is, but can he make it stick? Charles Leclerc can. Good start from Charles Leclerc. George Russell still fighting it, but Leclerc started a P6 up to P4. Good start from Charles. Was there some quali drama? There wasn't really any quali drama. I just don't know if people got toes, but yeah, we didn't see any quali drama anyway, put it that way. Right, Kimi Antonelli's got into Behrman's DRS, so it's all settled down again now. Leclerc really needs to stay in the DRS of these guys, which he is doing. I want to start topping up. Used a lot more battery of Leclerc early on here, so just see if we can top up. Yeah, hope you're all doing well. What did you make of the Formula 1 at the weekend? The shock McLaren double disqualification was very painful for me. Right, we do have DRS, but we don't have any battery, and we've got a freeway fight at the lead here. Antonelli's into the lead, but is Max Verstappen getting past Behrman as well? Leclerc holds off Russell, but it looks like Verstappen might ease his way past Ollie Behrman. Can Behrman keep him back for now? He can. That might be important. Can Antonelli just use a bit of battery here, try and break the DRS? Spider, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. And if you're jumping in the stream, if you haven't already, do smash that like button. Super appreciated, really helps me out. Right, just in strategy, Antonelli trying to get to lap 21. Leclerc is lap 19, so we're hoping Leclerc will get a bit of an undercut. This is working nicely for Antonelli here. We are going to drop off that fuel now a bit.
Maximum cooling level.
As Max Verstappen has got past Behrman, and now I assume we'll see Max Verstappen's pace. But Behrman will now get the DRS. And if he can get back past Max Verstappen, this could be very useful for Kimi Antonelli. Behrman goes to the inside. Now he's on the outside. He's got DRS all the way down here. Ollie Behrman and Leclerc is following him through here. Max Verstappen will not want to lose out to Charles Leclerc. It will be big for us if we can do this. Leclerc has done it. Has he? Max is still there. No, he has. Leclerc into P3 for now. And Leclerc has still got Max Verstappen there, though. Max is not too impressed with that. And Max looks like he's going to get that P3 back, is he? Still side by side, these two. But I think Max has just about got it. Depends on the braking here, but I'll have inside. Yeah, Max back into P3. Antonelli got good tyre life here. Elio, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Hope you're well. And Max Verstappen makes the move again on Behrman, but as I say, it's not the ideal place to do it because the next corner, Ollie Behrman gets DRS off this banking and gets it all the way down the straight. So if he can get Max Verstappen again here, this is really helping Kimi Antonelli's race. Oh my God, look how tight it is getting here. Ollie Behrman again getting a good run, but Leclerc is losing out here. He's got Teo on the inside, Russell on the outside. Behrman's back past Verstappen. Can Leclerc hold off Teo, Pourchaire and Russell? I think he will, just about, he will. Antonelli's lead at 2.5 seconds now. And he's got 2% tyre advantage on Max Verstappen. So Leclerc coming in lap 19. He's down to 79%. Leclerc wants to try and get an undercut on Verstappen and Behrman here today. I'm not sure he will on Behrman because Behrman's tyres are quite used already. But Antonelli now 2.5 seconds, working perfectly for Kimi Antonelli. As Max Verstappen, same again, but it's that same old problem. He's going to give the DRS to Behrman, although Behrman's dropped a little bit further back this time. Max Verstappen might have a chance to keep hold of P2 this time around. Let's jump on board with Behrman. Oh, you see the strength of the DRS and the toe. He's going to try that outside again, but he's not as far alongside this time. And Max is going to keep him at bay. And now I fully expect Max will be able to pull away. Antonelli was able to get the gap to 3 seconds. We'll see how quickly Max can close that. Let's give Kimi a little bit of a buffer early on here. Although I say that, Behrman is sticking with Max, isn't he? He's not going to shake him off before that next DRS, so Behrman will have a chance to keep coming back at Max. And all the time, they're dragging Leclerc around with him. So DRS open now for Behrman. He'll close right up to Max. And he'll have another chance on this start-finish straight.
We are losing time, guys.
As Leclerc is getting a little bit frustrated, but I just got to be patient with Charles. Behrman's a lot closer. I think Behrman's got a great chance to get back to P2 here. Leclerc is sniffing around as well. Behrman's going to be on the inside. Leclerc's going to be on the outside. Max could go from P2 to P4. It's 3 wide, and it's Leclerc into P2. Majestic stuff from the Monegasque man who goes from P4 to P2. That's how you get the job done. Got to have another look at that.
Now look, here we head into turn 2.
Oh, not a rear view shot.
Really,
that doesn't give us the best view.
Driving that was.
But anyway, Charles Leclerc sweeps around the outside of both of them. Goes from P4 to P2. But very hard to break the DRS here.
Okay, fine.
And we'll just go back to top up with him for now, I think. Look at this. This is the DRS train from Leclerc all the way down to Lawson. It's an 18-car DRS train currently. Random user, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. All right, let's try and use some pace out of here. I don't know if we've got the ability to keep them behind. We deployed some battery out of there to try and keep them behind us. But Behrman's getting closer. It's not going to be close enough, though. And Charles Leclerc remains in P2 then. NBK, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. And if you haven't already, do me a massive favour and spam that like button. Super appreciated. As we've currently got a 1-2 going for Maserati here, but Ollie Behrman sniffing our gearbox very aggressively now. But let's just drop that back down to aggressive. No point pushing it too much. You go to standard. Just try and cool the tyres a bit, I think. Try and bring the tyre temps down a little bit here. As Ollie Behrman is going to try and move past us here. Wouldn't mind him getting past because I would prefer the DRS, but we're not. And we're going to give the DRS to Behrman, and we're probably going to lose out to Behrman and Max here. Because Behrman's already past us and Max has now got the DRS all the way down here. Oh. Yeah, not much we can do there. Russell might be interested as well. That's not going to be ideal. No, that's fine. Marie, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Right, let's just jump back in then. Lap 10 then of 72. Antonelli leads. It's 2.5 seconds to Behrman. They have started to close a little bit on him here. And then we've got Verstappen, Leclerc and Russell. Russell's tyres down to 56%. Maloney down to 43%. So we're going to see a couple of pit stops in the next 3 to 5 laps, I'd suggest. Leclerc not due until lap 19. Antonelli lap 21 currently. Just going to use a bit of fuel with Kimi and a bit of battery out of here because Behrman starting to close us down a little bit.
No lift off anymore.
We don't particularly want that.
The huge overtake.
Right, back to this freeway fight then. Max Verstappen, can he get back into P2? No, he's too far back on Behrman this time round. But the gap, they're really pushing to Antonelli now, aren't they? Yeah, we're just going to try and push Antonelli because Behrman got within 2 seconds there. It's night time in Zandvoort right now. I'd imagine it is. .8.
No overtake now.
Copy.
Oh, we used all our battery there. That's not ideal.
Need still lift off.
Copy.
Oh, come on.
So, yeah, this is a very tight pack, isn't it? Apart from Antonelli, who now has a 4-second lead. But Max Verstappen should get past Behrman here. What is Charles Leclerc going to be able to do? Oh, this might... Oh, Max Verstappen nearly took our front wing off with that move. Can we send it on the inside of Behrman? Going to be a little bit too far back. Leaves us susceptible to George Russell on the outside. Don't want to lose out to George because we don't want Max Verstappen creeping away here, and we're out wide on the banking and George Russell squeezes past, but I think Leclerc got a good exit there. He did, so he does remain P4, but he nearly lost the DRS to Behrman and Verstappen. Behrman all over Verstappen. Behrman having a great race, started on pole, and he's sticking with these with Max Verstappen, isn't he? And Leclerc just needs to retain the DRS on these guys, which he should do. Behrman can't make the move on Max, but again, he's going to get DRS down the start-finish straight. Behrman a lot closer than what we are to Behrman, a lot closer to Max than what we are to Behrman, although that's close right up now, and Behrman on the outside of Max, we're on the inside of Max. Max is the filling in the sandwich, or somehow they get through with no contact, and Leclerc's done it again, where he's taken both Behrman and Max Verstappen. Lovely work from Charles again. But we know it's not going to be easy to hold on to this, because it's so hard to break the DRS around here. But all of this fighting is just making it a lovely afternoon at the moment for Kimi Antonelli, who's now got a 4.5 second lead here. So this is just working out perfectly for him. Can we try and break this DRS? I don't think we can, really. What country are you from? I'm from England. I'm going to use the rest of this battery off the banking. Yeah, Max retained the DRS, so we couldn't quite break it there. It is so difficult to break the DRS. South Africa for me. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. And how is it there right now? Maloney into the pits. He's the first driver into the pits, I believe. He is. Schumacher's mechanical fault getting worse. So that is our first pit stop of the day. Zane Maloney in the Haas. Pit loss here is 21 seconds, so that would be about 25. So, yeah, we would be going from about 2nd to 20th when we pit.
Yeah, okay.
9 PM and cold, okay. It is cold here as well at the moment. Wet and miserable. All right, Max Verstappen got a good chance of overtaking Leclerc, and they've just, has Behrman's lost the DRS. That could be crucial. So they could now break away from Ollie Behrman. As Max Verstappen's going to go back past Leclerc. Got a yellow flag. That might be Ocon. It is Esteban Ocon. As he's getting back on the track. That's Verstappen's overtake on Leclerc that we saw. We bear witness to that one. And it is a lock-up from Ocon. So he's obviously given himself some underfloor damage or something here.
Things were going smoothly. And there's the lockup. And
Yeah, underfloor damage, I'd imagine, is the damage from that lockup. And it's tipping down to 44%, so he'll probably be in soon as well. All right, Antonelli leads at 3 seconds to Max Verstappen. We might just start attacking with Antonelli because we can come in a few laps earlier because this middle stint is aggressive and we want to cover off Max. I don't want Max getting too close to us today. Don't want that at all. Max obviously starting to push because he's eating into that lead straight away here. Charles Leclerc, though, staying with him. Can Leclerc make the move on Verstappen? Good exit, slipstream, DRS. Looks to the inside. He's going to stick it down the inside. Is Charles Leclerc? Yes, he is. Charles Leclerc re-overtakes Max Verstappen back into P2. Antonelli can get this lead back up to 3 seconds, which he's got. Behrman's dropped to P5, so Behrman dropping down the order a little bit now, which isn't great.
Try to go down as much as possible.
Copy.
Russell and Behrman, though, have crept back into the DRS whilst Leclerc and Max fight. Say the pit loss is 21 seconds, so 24. There's still a nice gap there. You don't want to be caught up in traffic. That's the only thing with Leclerc. As Max Verstappen trying to make the move here. That's not going to work, though. Tyre life is 45% for Antonelli. It's 42% for Verstappen. He just lost a bit of time trying that overtake, but he'll get it straight back now with the DRS. Is he close enough? He probably is close enough because he's getting a great exit there. And again, it's his time with a slipstream and DRS. Leclerc will try to be defensive. It looks like Max is going to squeeze through, although Charles is still there or thereabouts. But no, Max is back through. So lap 17 of 72 then. As we've got Colapinto into the pits now. Just lost a bit of time there, Leclerc, so we're going to have to get on with things here. I'm going to pit this lap. I'm going to come in a little bit earlier with Leclerc. Try and at least guarantee the undercut on Max Verstappen. I think I'm going to start attacking with Kimi Antonelli as well. And he'll come in a little bit earlier.
Push a bit more now.
See if we can get a 1-2 for the boys here today. Just in terms of, let's just watch this play out, see if Leclerc goes for a move. Which he's thoughting about, but no. Just to look at the current standings, this would be if it finished right now. Kimi Antonelli would be within 9 points of Max Verstappen. And Leclerc would be, what, 52 back at the moment. But if he gets ahead of Max Verstappen, that will be a lot less than that. But here we go. First pit stop of the day, and Russell is in as well.
Yep.
And now we need a quick stop of Ferrari right with us. And it's a 1.9 second stop. It is very quick. And the Ferrari has no chance of jumping us there. Good work from the pit crew. And Leclerc will get straight back out then. And lots of pits, so it's probably giving us a nice little gap, I'd imagine. Where's Mick Schumacher? We don't want to be too close to these guys yet. Won't be too bad. Only annoyance is George Russell being right there with us. Let's just see if we can push away briefly. But Russell is looked like he's attacking out of the pits. And we don't really want to be dragging another car with us. Can we get Russell out of the DRS for the next DRS zone? I don't think we can. It looks like Russell is wise to it. He's going to be pushing and trying to retain that DRS.
Copy.
I think we get Antonelli in this lap as well.
And the box is lap.
Copy, box now. Coming to pit.
Right, first pit stop for Antonelli then. Nice clean one as well. Not as fast, but absolutely fine. Perez, where's Perez come from? Perez is in the lead of this race. I don't know where Perez has come from. But George Russell, unfortunately, has stayed with us. And Antonelli is going to come out, I think, in a bit of traffic here. With an Aston Martin of Pierre Gasly. Got a bit of space there.
At the moment, P11.
And Russell has got past Leclerc. That's so frustrating that Russell pit the same lap as Leclerc, because it's so hard to break the DRS. So now we're going to have to go through a few laps of pain with Russell to build up the battery and then try and pull away from him. And just when you're fighting, that's going to cost us time. And there you see it with Leclerc. Might just go standard with him for a bit, just build up that battery life. Antonelli right behind Gasly then, so we're going to have to try and make quick work of Pierre.
Copy.
See what we can do out of here is we'll get the DRS. Needs to be aggressive really, Antonelli here. And he's trying to, but he's going to run out of racetrack there. Can he find the inside? No, again, losing time then. Not ideal. Should get it done on the start-finish straight. Lance Stroll in the Audi is into the pits. Max Verstappen carries on for another lap, at least.
Albon is pitting now.
Right, DRS now. This should be easy work for Antonelli. That's what's happening here. Russell and Leclerc are getting past Mick Schumacher, who's yet to stop. Got to make sure we get past Mick, and we do.
Yes, let's go.
You are doing a good job there.
So yet to stop. The top six are still yet to stop, and then Gasly ahead of Russell and Leclerc here. Verstappen down to 29% tyre life. It's not ideal for him. It's feeding into our hands. Let's hope there's not a safety car, because that will really benefit Max right now. Oh, what did I say? What did we say? There's a virtual safety car, and Max Verstappen is going to benefit from it. Oh, can you believe our luck there?
Yeah, copy that.
That is unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jeff. K-Mag's lost the back end. And a virtual safety car is surely going to give Max Verstappen the lead of this race.
Okay, you can slow down a bit now.
Copy.
As he peels into the pit lane. Don't know why Perez hasn't stopped. Verstappen in now. Will it give him the lead? Yeah, it will. So we're going so slow. It's tight, but I think Verstappen is going to get it, isn't he? Or is he? Or is he? Antonelli might still have the lead then of this race. Which I think he has just about retained the lead of this race then. But Max has now cut the deficit and got fresher tyres. Leclerc's lost out to Behrman. So that is an awful timing of a virtual for us. Not ideal at all, that virtual safety car timing. And it's really benefited Max Verstappen. Antonelli, of course, still has the lead.
Copy.
But, as I say, it gives Max an advantage now.
Copy.
Max on fresh soft, so he's going soft mediums then.
Copy.
As we get DRS straight away, the only thing we've got to hope here is that Russell Behrman and Leclerc can take the fight to Verstappen and allow Antonelli to build that gap. Or Chair now pits. Now the safety car is finished, which is odd behaviour. Oh, and Leclerc looks like he's being very forceful on Ollie Behrman there. George Russell getting aggressive on Max Verstappen as well. George Russell, this would be for P5. He overtakes Max Verstappen. And Leclerc trying to get back in amongst it as well. So Perez currently leads. Tsunoda second. Those two yet to stop. So Antonelli is your net race leader. It's then Russell who will be P2. Verstappen P3. Leclerc P4. And we're not even halfway through this one yet. Leclerc probably does need to deploy some battery because he's going to lose the DRS. He has lost the DRS here. So he just needs to try and get back into this fight if he can.
Try to slow down a bit more now.
Copy.
That's Verstappen having another go on George Russell, but nothing doing there. Leclerc just can't get to the DRS. Perez is into the pits now. Tsunoda takes the race lead then. Max and George fighting very hard here. It's the fastest. Oh, they're collided. Max Verstappen is out of this race. The championship leader is out. George Russell is out. And the threat of Max Verstappen is well and truly gone. The home crowd are in tears. Max Verstappen is out, as is George Russell. These two were fighting very aggressively. And I think it was Russell locked up, was it? Yeah, Russell locks up. And massive impact to both of them. But Max Verstappen is out of his home Grand Prix, as is George Russell. And this is going to be massive for the Drivers' Championship here today. It means we will be in a net P1, P2, unless Tsunoda can retain the lead. I don't know what the safety car stop time is, because Tsunoda's going to get a nice free pit stop here. But Verstappen and Russell out of this race, joining K-Mag out of the race, and drama in the Drivers' Championship. Surely Tsunoda will pit. Where will Tsunoda come out? George Russell gets a penalty for that. He'll have to take that as a grid penalty next race. Yuki Tsunoda, will he still be in the lead of this race once he's made his stop here? No is the answer. Will he be in P2? No is the answer. He's going to be a little bit further down, isn't he? But he's still made some ground there. There's a few more making pit stops. So Antonelli leads, Leclerc P2, and this is how the Drivers' Championship will look after today. If this continues to be the result, it will mean Max Verstappen will go down to P2. Kimi Antonelli will take a 9-point lead in the Drivers' Championship, and Leclerc will be within 40 points. It was 50 plus coming into this. So, yeah, it's going to be a great result if we can hold on to it. Drama chat. Safety car is ending. I wasn't expecting it to end that quick, but there we go. Let's get these guys ready to go. Safety car will peel away. Kimi Antonelli then will take over the lead of this race.
Copy.
And he will decide when to bolt.
No lift off anymore.
Copy.
Behrman's back to P3. Could he get a podium today? Safety car's in the pit lane with green flag. Antonelli hasn't yet gone. Now he's gone. Kimi Antonelli gets us underway then. Leclerc is following in the slipstream here, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to challenge his teammate. He's not. Ollie Behrman not interested in the slipstream, but Yuki Tsunoda having a look behind him, and Yuki Tsunoda, who's on that fresh rubber, those fresh softs, is moving into P3 in his Audi. Great stuff from Yuki Tsunoda then. But now we just need to try and win this race. And it's lap, 47 for Leclerc, lap 50 for Antonelli. So different strategy as well. Leclerc's using the mediums at the end, Antonelli on the softs. So yeah, interesting to see how it all pans out. Leclerc trying to take it to his teammate.
overtake.
Antonelli's battery is gone. That could leave him vulnerable here. There's no DRS, of course. Leclerc might not need it, though. Because he's got a better battery. Can Antonelli hold on to this? We don't want to do a Russell and Verstappen, but no, he can't. Charles Leclerc is round the outside of his teammate, and it's now Charles Leclerc that leads this race. Tyre management is good on both of them, so we can keep pushing on that. Charles Leclerc leads then. It's Kimi Antonelli, P2, got another yellow flag, got another virtual safety car.
Copy. Yeah, copy that.
Bortoletto is out then. What has happened to Bortoletto? We just missed the replay, but same as K-Mag earlier on. He's had a spin and crashed out. Right, let's just conserve this.
Try some lift off.
Copy.
Drama here today, chat. Lots of drama. What is going on? That's the 4th retirement. Yeah, the 4th retirement. Bortoletto joins Russell, Verstappen and Magnussen out of this race then. It's going to help our tyres, of course. Hatchell's had a lock-up under the virtual. Not ideal. Few cars struggling with damage or mechanical issues. We could get some odd points finishes here today.
We can try to catch up.
Oh, we're green flag racing again. So who's in the points? Obviously Leclerc and Antonelli. Sonoda P3, Perez 4th, Behrman 5th, Pourchaire still in the top 6, Stroll is 7th, Norris 8th, Albon 9th and Piastri 10th. So Alpine could score points again today, and Audi would have a good day if it finishes like this. Antonelli has DRS on his teammate. Want to try and pull a gap to Sonoda and just leave it as a fight between our two teammates today if we can. Antonelli's got a good chance here. He's got the DRS. Goes to the outside. Is there anything Charles Leclerc can do? I'm not sure there is. Antonelli reclaims the lead of this race on his teammate then. And Sonoda right there with him. Well, this is a part of the lap where we should be able to pull away, pull a gap, hopefully. But if you are jumping into the stream, if you haven't already, and you can do, please smash that like button, depending on the platform you're on. Super appreciated. Why are you letting them race instead of one holding the pack back? Because they are both fighting for the Drivers' Championship, so it's a bit unfair for me to not allow them to fight, essentially.
No overtake now.
Copy.
I have to allow them to fight because they can both win this championship this year. If not, I would certainly hold one back. We've used quite a bit of battery with both of them there, haven't we? Even though we're pushing like mad out of there, we haven't held off the back. And look at this, the back is coming right back at us. Sonoda is absolutely flying. Charles Leclerc is losing positions all over the place. Ollie Behrman on the outside.
It's just a lot of confidence.
That was really odd on the pace there.
Keep focus on
Sonoda
your
is
race
absolutely
now.
flying. I think he's on the soft tyres though.
Behind.
But Leclerc has dropped down to 4th. Yeah, Sonoda on fresh sauce. At least you're not sat around favouring Norris. No papaya rules here. Right, Leclerc remains in P3, but it's all become a little bit stretched out there. Let's just close them back up, which we should do with the next DRS zone. Although Antonelli has lost the DRS to Yuki Tsunoda. Could Yuki Tsunoda win this race in an Audi today? Got to get to lap 47 for Leclerc. Lap 50s, we've got another yellow flag.
Copy that.
We've got another crash, haven't we? There's a Mercedes and an Alpine on the
There's a
gravel.
yellow flag there.
What is going on in Zandvoort today? Franco Colapinto, this is going to be another lockup. No, just a misjudged overtake. Colapinto into the Alpine then. And that's going to cost both of them. Right, Sonoda, well and truly broken the DRS here. I'd imagine we'll be able to come back at him later on. Not too bothered about that, but the AI are certainly pushing at the moment. So we've just got to manage through this phase of the race. As Isaac Hadjar has got the penalty there. I can't work that one out, but there you go. So, Yuki Tsunoda, after 32 laps, is leading this race for Audi. Antonelli now P2, Leclerc P3. The championship leader, Max Verstappen, is out at his home race. Russell locking up and crashing into him. And Leclerc is going to have another go on his teammate here, and he's going to get past his teammate here by the looks of it. Might just need to do a bit of topping up with each of them here.
Tires update.
Because the battery isn't great, and the pack is absolutely flying at the moment. AI are really, really pushing.
Mode charge.
Copy.
Just push onto that next DRS zone. So not due to stop now of Antonelli till lap 50, lap 47 for Leclerc. Remember, charging the battery makes you lose engine power. Yeah, I just need to try and get a full battery for later in this race. Or at least a little bit fuller than it is right now. So, I feel confident we can get back to Yuki Tsunoda. Not too alarmed. He's probably burning up his tyres quite quickly, which he is. So I think that gap will come back down. And I think if the boys can just use this phase of the race to build up their battery, and then we can use it once we get some clean air, essentially. That is the plan. But it's been hard to get some consecutive laps out without a virtual or a full safety car, but seems like we've had a few now. There is Tsunoda. That gap is slowly coming down. And Antonelli looks to have a good chance to get back into P2 past Leclerc here. Just the speed these drivers are taking off that banking is mad. I'm surprised by the AI pace at the moment, I must say. And there goes Antonelli. Leclerc stays with him, though. Yeah, see Perez and Behrman. Their tyres, I think they are using their tyres a little bit more than us, but it's not anything major, chat. Nothing major at all. We're sort of forwarding on to these DRS zones at the moment because there's not too much more going on. Trying to work up to these second pit stops. We are burning up our tyres sitting this close to each other as well, which isn't ideal. But there's not much I can do at the moment. It is just what it is at the moment. So Leclerc past Antonelli. I wonder if we could just harvest a bit with Leclerc. Might let Antonelli back past. But the battery is a bit of an issue at the moment.
Do your best, man.
Yeah, the battery is a big issue. And look at the... yeah, this train of cars that is being created from this. It's pretty unreal. Right, Tsunoda has the 2.7 second lead. Let's go back to neutral on the battery. Leclerc has got slightly more battery than his teammate. And there goes his teammate. That is a bold move, and he's going to get the DRS. This might be a good chance for Antonelli to pull away. Leclerc will still get the slipstream. But Antonelli's got the move done, and Leclerc might have a few cars as he is getting past him as well, because he got absolutely caught out by his teammate there. And now Leclerc's going to have to fight a bit. He loses that to Perez, but he is keeping Théo Pourchaire behind him. And there we go. All right, let's get to that next DRS zone. Perez now all over the back of Antonelli, but Antonelli has arrived, it looks like, on Yuki Tsunoda. So Tsunoda's pace has now dropped off. They are the soft runners, so Perez has used more. Pourchaire. But yeah, we're sort of got that crossover point now where the mediums, I think, are better than the softs right now. And Antonelli's got a great chance now to lead this race again. DRS opened, gonna go to the inside early. He's gonna switch to the outside though, as Alex Albon has developed an issue. Perez is gonna have a look on the inside. Is Leclerc thinking about anything? No, he's not. Antonelli leads this race once again. And he's got a good bit of tyre life, so see if he can now break the DRS. And now Leclerc's got a few overtakes himself to do.
More push.
Can Antonelli break this DRS?
Overtake available.
It's looking unlikely. Tsunoda right there with him. Yeah, just trying to push the pace a little bit here with Kimi. Tsunoda has got the DRS, but he's nearly a second behind. This could be the moment for Antonelli. If he gets a good release out of here, Tsunoda will probably lose the DRS here. No, he's not quite going to lose it. I don't think we were further enough ahead there, were we? No, we weren't. Tsunoda just about retained it, but Antonelli's still pushing it hard. Leclerc is on Russell, but Russell's got DRS as well, so that's going to make that difficult. And Antonelli, yeah, Tsunoda's still holding on to it. Surely now we can break this DRS. Battery is gone.
No overtake.
But we've got 1.2, we've got 1.3. Antonelli's broken the DRS to Tsunoda. That's crucial for his race.
More on your tires.
Leclerc really needs to pull out a move somewhere here. Perez on the sauce, Tsunoda on the sauce. Leclerc got slightly better tyres than Tsunoda. Not going to be anything doing there. Can we use a bit of the battery out of here and get a really good release and try and get both of them? Perez past Tsunoda right now. We've got DRS. Now we're going to use battery. Oh yes, open up the outside for us. Lovely. This would be a clean sweep around the outside. Potentially Tsunoda's still there though. Charles Leclerc, they're free wide. Charles Leclerc's loved a few double overtakes today. He's squeezed by Perez. Can he stay in there on Sergio? He'll have the inside on the banking, but he can't quite do it. He does get Yuki Tsunoda though. Leclerc, let's not get upset here. Antonelli's got a 2-second lead. Leclerc now all over the back of Sergio Perez. Got 10% better tyres than Sergio. Wait, lap 47. 7 more laps and then Leclerc is in. Let's see if he can get Sergio Perez. Don't really want to do it here. Want to be trying to go a bit slower here, not get it done here. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I didn't want it done there because I feel we'll lose too much. We'll give the position right back on this DRS zone. Perez wants to go inside, so we will switch to the outside. DRS powering down the straight. And Leclerc is back to P2, and now we've got to use the little battery that we've got to try and break the DRS to Perez, whose tyres are not in great condition, 42%. This is full-on chat. And Leclerc is pushing hard now. Nearly broken the DRS already. In fact, he has broken the DRS. So that has worked perfectly. Antonelli leads. His teammate is 2 seconds back. And Perez is now out of DRS. And we should be out of forward now till lap 47 and get Leclerc in for his pit stop.
We're going to start to drop a little bit.
As Leclerc is concerned about his rear tyre. Tsunoda's now past Perez, but we have got 3 seconds on him, basically. Got to be mindful of the undercut from Tsunoda. But as we're pulling this gap, it shouldn't be too bad. And in fact, we can't get to lap 47 quite yet because it looks like Charles Leclerc has caught up to his teammate here. Charles Leclerc then is arriving on his teammate, but we need to cool these tyres down. They're at 131 degrees. That is not good. That's going to cause a lockup potentially, and it's going to really severely burn the tyres up. Thought it was looking a little bit dark there. I just checked there's no rain coming in because this race is going to be prolonged. Charles Leclerc, though, this wasn't part of the plan to go for a move, but he's caught up to his teammate. His pace has been very good. Antonelli lap 50, he could probably attack on his tyres, which might get rid of his teammate. You're not too slow, Charles. Don't give us that. Don't give us that. Ollie Behrman down to P8. I don't think he was helped by Leclerc pushing him out wide at some point. But Teo Pourchaire is still in the top 6. Say Maloney, any chance of points for you today? No, probably not. Right, let's continue to forward on, then get to Leclerc's pit stop. Well, we'll have a look at this. We'll have a look at this DRS, just in case Leclerc is trying a move on his teammate. Tsunoda pits now, so we have to be mindful of that. And Perez, but I think they're about 5 seconds back, so I think we've got enough in hand to cover them off. So let's go next lap then with Charles Leclerc. This is going to be a straight fight between our two teammates then, isn't it?
Everything is ready.
Copy.
Try to go down.
Antonelli's going to go a lap longer, but he'll have the softs. He'll have the quicker tyres on, so shall see how it all pans out for this one. Leclerc is going to pit this lap, though. And he's not going to make the move there, so let's get Charles in then. Here we go then. Charles Leclerc, he's on a different strategy, so has to pit a little bit earlier. His tyres are done, and he's going on another set of mediums. Antonelli's got another couple of laps left in his. Is it a clean stop? Needs to be. It's 2 seconds. That will do nicely. Antonelli, we may as well go full attack for these final 2 laps then.
Margin to push more.
So we're looking at Tsunoda and Perez, and we're hoping we're clearing them. I think we will, quite comfortably by the looks of it. And everyone ahead of us needs to pit, so no risks. I think Norris stopped as well. Yeah, so Norris has actually jumped Perez and Tsunoda. But Leclerc has no trouble from those behind him, and he can push on his merry way now. And now we just need to get Antonelli in and get him on some fresh softs. So let's get him in next lap.
We've got a yellow flag here.
We've got a yellow flag. It's not changing to anything other than yellow flag, and not Teo Pourchaire. He was on for some great points today, Teo. Oh, and that's a massive lockup. Is that Albon or is that Behrman?
Oh, it's not going the way.
That is not ideal. Teo Pourchaire, I think it was Albon. He's got damage, Pourchaire. Might still have to get points, but there might be a penalty coming his way. Right, Antonelli should be pitting this lap. Colapinto's in the pits for a long time there, isn't he? I don't know what's quite going on there. Let's make sure Antonelli is coming in this lap. And Teo Pourchaire has got a 5-second penalty. That's not going to help his case for points. Lawson out on fresh softs and into P7. He could finish quite high up now as well for Red Bull. Not great for us in the constructors, although we will gain points on them today. But here comes Kimi Antonelli then. He is going on some fresh softs. And that's a 2-second stop as well. So he's on a straight fight with Leclerc. This could be very close between these two. There is Leclerc. There is Antonelli. Don't forget, Antonelli is on fresh softs, though. Looks like Leclerc is just going to take the lead of this race. But it's going to be very tight. And Antonelli, as I say, has the advantage because he's on those soft tyres now to the end. And let's just get them up to temperature.
Sainz behind now.
And Antonelli nearly into the DRS of his teammate then. And Antonelli does now have DRS then. So Leclerc had another set of medium tyres. We couldn't do that of Antonelli, so it would have been unfair to Leclerc to put softs on when he had those mediums saved.
Behind is pellets.
Antonelli had to use the softs, and that's why essentially we allowed Leclerc to come in earlier.
Keep focus on
So Antonelli needed to stretch that medium stint that little bit longer, but it looks like it's working for him because he does gain the lead of this race once again. Kimi Antonelli leads then, and we've got 10 seconds to P3, so we're comfortable to fight all the way to the end now, chat. What's going on in that top 10? Looks like everyone's stopped now, so it's just a pure battle now, and they're very close. Anyone from third downwards. There's a couple of smaller gaps, but yeah, that's going to be very tight in that top 10.
All okay on tires for the moment.
Copy.
Right, Antonelli then under a bit of pressure from Charles Leclerc. Say we're free to fight. We can lose a bit of time because no one behind us is going to gain on us unless there's of course a safety car. Virtual won't affect us. Is Leclerc going to send one then on his teammate Kimi Antonelli? Kimi's battery is still not in great shape, to be fair, so Leclerc has got an advantage there, and he's got an advantage right now because he's pulling alongside. He's pulling past his teammate, and Charles Leclerc regains the lead of the race. 20 to go, and we're looking good for a 1-2 unless they have an incident together. A bit of a Rosberg-Hamilton. Hopefully not. Tyre difference is 3% between them, so... And Leclerc is saving a lot more battery, isn't he? His tyres starting to overheat a little bit on Leclerc's car. You have to be mindful of that. I imagine this is going to be rinse and repeat then. This time it's going to be Kimi Antonelli taking the lead of this race. I think we're going to see a few changes here between our two drivers before the end of this race. Toby Collier, this is 2028. We are in the year 2028, approaching the halfway stage. As Isaac Hadjar has developed a fault in his Alpine down in P15. Can Antonelli try and retain the... It's hard to manage this because I need to make it fair for our drivers. So it's difficult which way to play this, really. They're on different strategies, so they can push their tyres a little bit differently to one another. Leclerc's tyre's still at 120 degrees, which I'm not liking. He might be best served just to drop back a bit for some clean air, but he's not thinking about that. He's thinking about going around the outside of his teammate. And Charles Leclerc takes the lead of this race again. What a surprise, but is he? Is it? No, it's not, because Antonelli comes straight back at him. Right, let's just push on. Right, now it's the other way. Antonelli's tyres are heating up a little bit too much.
A bit more on your tires.
Copy.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, trying to manage the tyres. Trying to keep it fair. Look at Leclerc's battery, though. I think this is advantage to Leclerc. If we choose to deploy that battery, surely he's just going to pull away here. We could go a bit of top-up with Antonelli, I suppose, but he's
Full charge.
doing more of the defending at the moment. But if you are jumping in the stream, if you haven't already, do smash that like button. Here comes Leclerc then, DRS. Having a nice little ding-dong with his teammate today. And Antonelli just trying to top up some of his battery now. Antonelli, but it will mean that Leclerc has a great chance to overtake him out of here. And Leclerc around the outside. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. Got a bit of battery life back. Again, I don't like this 120 degrees. These tyres are getting very hot. It's 16.5 seconds to Norris, so there's no concerns about anyone coming at us from behind. We just don't want to overcook our tyres and cause an accident between our two drivers, so just being mindful of that. As there's a fastest lap down in P14, that's our old teammate Franco Colapinto. Lovely work, Franco. As Mick Schumacher into the pits. Teo Portier is still in the points, but he's got a 5-second penalty, which will take him out of the points. Same again. This time, Kimi Antonelli on the attack, just trying to cool Leclerc's tyres because they were heating up a little bit too much. And hopefully this RB is not going to get in the way of us here. He's not, so that's fine. Yeah, this is just going to keep swapping each lap, so something's going to have to give at some point, although Antonelli's now used all of his fuel.
Yeah, now priority one is the lift off.
And we're lapping a few more cars as Hadjar. Yeah, Leclerc's basically got a full battery at the moment. He's got DRS. I think we should be using it with Leclerc. We would be doing this if it was any other driver. We'd be putting it on, but if we were Antonelli, we'd probably defend against it. So let's do that. Let's have a little fight with them.
Need to push on tires.
Antonelli then trying to defend. Leclerc's getting the toe. And he's not going to make the move through there.
Copy that. Copy.
Got a bit of traffic coming up. This could be crucial here.
Try to slow down a bit.
Just want to ease off while we're getting past this traffic. It's Esteban Ocon that we've got to get past here. Is Ocon going to get out of the way nicely? No, he's not, by the looks of that, on Kimi. No, Ocon's still not out of the way. Kimi Antonelli nearly broken the DRS. Now he gets out of the way, but he holds up Leclerc a little bit. Will Leclerc now lose the DRS? think he might, you know. Ocon has caused some damage there. And Antonelli is going to get a bit of respite here. Because the gap is at 1.1. And that means no DRS for Charles Leclerc this time around. Can Antonelli push the gap now?
Margin to reduce the management.
1.2. Let's monitor the gap then between them. 1.5. Antonelli starting to pull away now. Oh, Leclerc has just been overtaken. Ocon has re-overtaken Leclerc. And that's going to end his fight today. Because Ocon is now causing him to lose so much time. Oh, why do the back markers do this on this game? That is ridiculous. We're going to have to try and use some pace here, but
Copy.
I don't think he's going to find 3 seconds on his teammate, although Anthony does need to look after his tyres somewhat.
Copy.
Right,
Try to get
Leclerc.
down as much as possible.
This is lapping, by the way, and Ocon just not moving his car. I don't know who Esteban Ocon thinks he is, but Leclerc has lost a lot of time there. It's 2.4 seconds to his teammate. Ocon's going to try and fight it back and try and stay with this. So this isn't over, by the way. It's going to keep continuing because the AI just don't know that they're lapped for some reason. I get that he's on fresh tyres, but he shouldn't be fighting us that hard.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Yeah. And it's that Maloney now Leclerc needs to get past. It is. Oh, dear. Doesn't get easier for Charles Leclerc. Come on, Zane. You used to... Oh, my goodness. Say, Maloney. What are you doing? Well, that was not fun. So...
No overtake now.
now we've got a virtual safety car. Now we've got a virtual safety car.
Copy.
Yes, yes.
Anthony's got a 2.8 second lead.
Data.
Gasly's out of this race. Big Gasly's crashed. And what's that? Our 5th retirement of the day, and it's the 3rd one into that banking there, isn't it?
What the f***?
Gasly out, yeah, 5th retirement. And what is the gap? It's 3.7 at the moment. My problem is Ocon just is going to keep attacking us, which just isn't ideal.
VNC ending.
Copy.
And it's going to end right on the DRS, is it?
Okay.
DRS enable.
Right, Leclerc needs to keep Ocon behind him.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Right, it's 7 laps to go. It's 2.8 seconds. We'll push them hard for now and see what happens. But it looks like Kimi Antonelli is going to have enough here, although his battery is gone now. Leclerc's isn't too far from going. Is his tyres going to get to the end? Yes, they should. Let's go aggressive just in case. Fastest lap of the race from Kimi Antonelli. Then Charles Leclerc takes it off him. On a Posto Race Team, thanks for the subscription on YouTube. Hope you're doing well, buddy. 2.5 seconds. I don't think Leclerc's going to get there, chat. I think Kimi Antonelli is just going to see him off here. Yeah, it's a 3-second gap now. Look good for Kimi Antonelli. 41%. His tyres will just about get there. Final lap of the race then. And Leclerc just isn't going to get there. That traffic really hampered him. He can see his teammate now. He is very close. We can use their last little bits of battery together. But he's just not going to get there. Another couple of laps though. The tyre difference.
Copy.
It might have been a problem for Antonelli. Well, it looks like he's going to have the beating of his teammate today, Kimi Antonelli. Close though, just 2 seconds in it, and they're nearly 30 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack though. Absolutely dominating this race. And with Max Verstappen retiring, it's a big weekend for us. Leclerc will still gain on the championship leader. Well, he won't gain on the championship leader, so to speak, now, because Kimi Antonelli is going to be the championship leader. But Leclerc still very much in contention. But today, the plaudits have to go to Kimi Antonelli, who's going to win in Max Verstappen's backyard. And by doing so, he's going to take Max Verstappen from the top of the Drivers' Championship and replace him. Kimi Antonelli wins, and he now leads the Drivers' Championship, but it's a Maserati 1-2, which is massive for both drivers in their pursuit of this Drivers' Championship in 2028, but also to try and go back-to-back in the Constructors, with only one Red Bull finishing, and that Red Bull is going to be Liam Lawson, who's going to finish in P4 unless he gets the DRS in tow and gets this done before the finish line. This could be very close between Lawson and Carlos Sainz as they drag to the line, and it looks like Sainz just about got it by a tenth of a second. Perez 5th, Norris 6th, 2 Audis finishing the point, and it looks like Ollie Behrman started on pole, and he's going to come home and get a point in P10.
Formula One's newest team.
What a race, chat. Really helped by Russell and Verstappen crashing out, because Russell was becoming a problem for Leclerc and Verstappen's always a problem. So those two retiring just gave the race to our drivers, but they fought well together. Those pesky Hasses caused a bit of an issue, and it allowed Kimi to win this race. Leclerc, though, just 2 seconds back, very competitive. And let's see what the driver standings are saying after that. Kimi Antonelli then wins this race up 2 places. Charles Leclerc, though, started P6, don't forget, and he's up 4, so a very good race. But look at this. You can see how much drama we had with safety cars and retirements, because Carlos Sainz is up 14 in his Aston Martin to claim a podium. A great podium for Carlos Sainz in the Aston Martin. Liam Lawson's up 17 to claim 4th. Perez up 4 to 5th. Lando Norris up 5 places to 6th. Stroll, classic Stroll there, just finished where he started in P7. Yuki Tsunoda finished 8th. Piastri 9th, and Ollie Behrman, who stuck it on pole here in Zandvoort, managed to drop down the order and only gains a point in the end. Drivers' Championship then, we're pretty confident Kimi Antonelli will now lead the championship, and he does by 9 points then. Max Verstappen, a retirement, a costly retirement, no points scored, and he drops to 2nd in the championship. So Kimi now leads by 9 points. Charles Leclerc also gaining 18 on Verstappen. It does mean a reduction in his gap between himself in 3rd and 1st, because obviously he was chasing Verstappen, so he's gained 18. So before this, what was he? He was 18 off Max then, wasn't he? So what was that, 119? So I think, were we 49, 50 points off? Yeah, I think he has basically closed within, well, it would have been 9 points, wouldn't it? Yeah, he's closed the gap between by 9 points essentially on the leader. So it does bring Leclerc into this as well, but Kimi Antonelli now leads the championship by 9 points over Verstappen. Leclerc is now 31 off Verstappen and 40 off his teammates, so Leclerc very much in touching distance. Liam Lawson is 4th, and then there's a big drop off to George Russell in 5th, also retiring today. Carlos Sainz matching Russell's points, he's now into 6th. Lando Norris 7th, Perez is up 2 places to 8th today, Behrman 9th, Franco Colapinto 10th, and the rest point scorers in 2028 are Piastri, Albon, Stroll, who gets another 6 for Audi today, Teo Portier, Yuki Tsunoda, his first points of the year, so he's got 4, he's up to 15th. Then we've got Gasly, Mick Schumacher, Bortoletto, and Zane Maloney, and we're down to just 3 drivers yet to score in 2028, K-Mag, Ocon, and Hadjar. Constructors, we were leading coming into that, and we've extended that lead very nicely indeed. We've gained 31 points over Red Bull this weekend, so that is a very nice advantage now. Still very close though, but that's a nicer advantage going into the second half of the season. It's going to be either ourselves or Red Bull to win it. Ferrari very close behind them though. Ferrari P3, then we've got McLaren just 13 points back. That stays the same. Williams dropped back a little bit on 60, but Aston Martin come into the race with 15 today, so just 34 points between 3rd and 6th. So 4 teams fighting it out for 3rd at the moment. Mercedes, no points scored. Audi up to 24. Alpine 6, RB2, and Haas yet to score. But it's nice to see quite a few points being shared between these teams. What do we do in pit stops? We got the 5th best stop, so not the best. We saw some 1.8s, 1.9s. We have got a 1.8 in our locker, but we get the 5th today, which means we drop to P2. Soren, what places I had to go? It's P1. P1 for Kimi Antonelli, P2 for Charles Leclerc. So we brought home a 1-2. Leclerc coming just under 2 seconds behind his teammate. They had a fight at the end, but he couldn't quite catch him. And it means Kimi now leads the championship and Leclerc P3. And as I say, 40 points between the top three. So getting very tasty there indeed. But that is going to bring this one to a close. So if you haven't already, before I go, do me a massive favour and do smash that like button. It is super appreciated and really does help me out. And of course, if you're not already, do follow or subscribe to the channel. But that has been a very enjoyable race. And can you enjoy a retirement? That's a bit harsh, but it did really help us out with Max Verstappen retiring from that race. Kimi Antonelli now leads the championship. Leclerc's in contention, 40 points between the top three. And we do it all again as we head to Austria in just 4 days' time. And hopefully I'll see you there for the next one in this F1 Manager Maserati series. Finished my first season today. Nice one, Soren. Hamilton pole in first race, crashed in penalty in race P7. Oh dear, buddy. But yeah, thanks for everyone who's dropped in. Super appreciated. Depression, that's Ferrari for you. That's accurate stuff there. But yeah, thanks for everyone who's dropped in. It's super appreciated. If you have watched on TikTok or Twitch, do head to my profile and click the YouTube link in my bio because all of our series are over there. There's probably going to be less streams over the Christmas period. I'm working full-time, family and all of that good stuff, so it's difficult to fit them in. So we probably won't be streaming every Tuesday and Friday for the next couple of months. But if you want to see I will be continuing off stream. So if you want to keep up to date with this series, do make sure you are subscribed on YouTube. So as I say, if you watch on TikTok or Twitch, make sure to sub over on YouTube and you can catch 2 episodes a week of this series, as well as our other F1 Manager series and our Football Manager series as well. But other than that, have a great